comes Jade around the outside.
Upside down.
Upside down.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome up to this episode, fourth episode of the Revved Up Podcast, here put on by the WRL. With me, as always, is Mike Sr., and we got a special guest this week. Kind of the best way to describe him is like the IT of the WRL League. Scorpius, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going, guys?
Good as
Glad to be here.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you finally on the show. I know we missed you a little bit last week and got you on this week, so it's good to have you here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't have had all my stuff together anyway. It took me forever just to get my background correct.
It's all good. So, Mike, what's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Oh, no, it's good. I mean, it's another Saturday night. Weather's starting to change, this and that. I mean, I did have to, do some kind of. I had to take care of one of my animals today, unfortunately, and that kind of stunk because that was actually my wife's favorite cats. That was her first cat, and we've had him for 19 years. So, he reached his age. But on that, I mean, things are going great. Excited. We've had some, great things coming up. I just grew up. I haven't seen, it's actually the first time I've seen you.
I know. I think it's the first time anyone has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, you do, as Jade said, you do a lot of the IT work for us. You're starting to really get into, help us out with, some of the intros, some of the things, try to make, bring a little more attention to that. I mean, it's got to be hard work. I mean, tell us, just give us a little rundown, what you really do, and you're also one of our drivers as well. So.
Yeah, I try to keep the driving down to a minimum. I'm gonna try to get more involved, maybe get the World of Outlaw game. The IT side, it's fun. You learn new stuff every day. You're constantly messing with new programs. It's nice to see. It's nice to see the league grow. I'm happy to be a part of it any way I can help. I have a lot of time on my hands, but content creation is fun. It can be very fun. You get a couple of heads together, come up with some good ideas, man, and you're always trying to change it and work and grow. And
Oh yeah, I mean, I know exactly how you feel because of some of the cards that I've built, for Hurlbut Motorsports drivers and other drivers throughout the league. I mean, some of those things were really kind of cool how I did them and what it took to do them. I mean, and I do it kind of the hard way because I just don't have a computer yet. I do it all off my phone.
Oh man, hey, even with the computer, it's tough. Like a lot of these programs, they cost a lot of money, and trying to piece it together, it can be time consuming. But all in all, it's fun. When you get a good result, like a good intro, you're able to change it up. It's nice. It's nice to see the end result in the end.
So Jay, what you been up to besides driving bus?
Besides driving bus, I've just been working league stuff. We had a big meeting last night for the league, and a lot of good things came out of that. A lot of conversations happened that needed to happen, and we got some big news exciting for the league. But yeah, so Mike, you're kind of leading the charge on that one. I laid the groundwork for you, buddy. Now it's all your baby now, buddy. So if you want to go ahead,
I mean, it was very because you obviously have a lot of people throughout the league, throughout this league and others were know that what it takes to do what we are trying to do, and that is bring great racing to all the drivers that enter this league, whether they stay or go, but they want to have the best experience that we can give them.
Mm-hmm.
And we reached that point where we had to figure out a way because of it was getting a little overwhelming for all, not just the admins, but the drivers as well. So we managed to come up with a great idea, and I'm not. I mean, I'm going to call it this now. It's not going to stay this because this isn't really what this is. This is more of an entry league instead of a development series league because of you really can't call it development because you're going to get drivers that join this league that have great driving skills. So really, that's kind of we're going to figure that one out because I really don't like that. But this
Mhm.
series is basically what this series does is that we ask drivers to join, which this series here will only be a max of 15. There will only be 15 drivers in this series. That's it. This series will what it does is that we will alternate vehicles. So 1 week we'll be in truck, 1 week we'll be in Xfinity, and 1 week we'll be in Cup. And then after that, other than that, the rest is all just the same. Like we run the rest of the league, 50%, 3 times where custom setups on road. I think a couple of things are different is there will be no custom setups here, no custom paint at all. It's
Mhm.
it just I want to keep the thing they say is keep it simple. This is what this really is. This is just very basic, simple. We still follow the guidelines of rules for WRL, but the actual qualifications for this league is simple. It's very simple. And also, when we do qualify, when we set up our qualifying, I'm going to make sure that when I do the lobbies, 1 week it will be from my top to my list of people that are in the series, and then I'll invert it the week after to the bottom to the top, so that way everybody gets their opportunity to go ahead and be in the front of the field when they qualify. Whatever they do during qualifying, that's their that's on them. But initial start of the race for qualifying, I think that would be fair to all the drivers. That way, everybody gets a chance and not always get stuck in the back or stuck in the
Mhm.
middle or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that.
gonna be a great series. I think it's gonna be a great addition. It's
Um,
gonna keep guys filtering into the league, and it's gonna see who has the drive, who wants to race with the best of the best. Because at this point on console, the WRL has finally, I feel it's made its name, and with all of the stuff that Scorpius has done for us in Discord, with all the Discord groups he has us put in, he bumps us almost every day or every other day, puts us to the top so they can see us. We get new guys in. We got 2 new guys from the Discord stuff, and then one other one. Yeah, I don't remember where he came from, but
I hope they work out.
I mean, it's working out. We're getting people left and right, and we're really pulling in a lot of people. We're pulling in quality drivers, is what it is. But now we need to refilter again, like we did after the second season. We're refiltering, we're evaluating where everybody needs to go to make our league the best of what it can be, day in and day out.
this series here, definitely. I mean, just because you get a chance to get in this series, you have to run one full season
Mhm.
no matter what. You can't do anything else. But this is how you get in here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We have a great sponsor. He puts up trophies. I mean, there is incentives to be in this league for the drivers to just not,
Mhm.
it's just not one of those kind of deals. This is just something that people care about, put our whole hearts into it, and and there is some benefits that happen too. But
Mhm.
you have to still, you know what I mean? You have to still start here, no matter what. And you may not even get if you don't. I mean, you could you may have to do 2 seasons. Depends. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It really depends on the evaluation at the end of the season by all the admins that have throughout that have been in the races and this and that. Because of I'm hoping that what's going to happen is that there'll be one selected number for anybody that's from one of the one of the drivers jump in. Like Jade's going to run with us a couple times. Matt's going to run with us. There'll be
Mhm.
one particular number in each series that will be picked just for admins, and it will never change. That's what you got to run.
Mhm.
It just makes it easier for me to keep track of
No, I
everything.
agree. So I do want to take a second to thank everyone who's coming out and watching the podcast and hanging out with us. Um, Grant says, "What's going on?" What's up, Grant and Caleb? It is going to be flipping between trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars on a rotational basis. It'll go Cups, or it'll go Truck, Xfinity, Cup. Then it'll just keep rotating the whole way through the rest of the season. The first race is Talladega Monday night. And what
Yeah,
series?
that's perfect. That's a perfect race
It
because
is.
it's almost like starting a season. It's almost just like start because this will be a
Mhm.
kind of a shortened season because we are following the truck season schedule.
Mhm.
And that is where they're going to start. That's how it was. That's how we were able to do this so quickly. Is the fact is that that's what we needed to do it. There was no putting it off. There was no nothing that needed to be done, and that's what and everybody recognized that, and it did.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. And Talladega's perfect because it's no different than running. Well, it is different running Daytona, but it's still a super speedway. It's still an opener.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's perfect.
So trucks. So is that gonna be the first series we're running, or what are we running
Oh
first?
yeah, no, it's gonna go truck just like it's supposed to. It's going trucks, Xfinity Cup, and then repeat
Trucks.
all the way through.
Trucks sounds like fun. So I guess this week I'm gonna start out because I know Matt hates super speedway racing, and I love super speedway racing. I love going fast in a line around the bottom of the track. So I guess I'll hop in first this week. Then we'll go from there. I like super speedway racing.
Yeah, I mean it's great to be able to get a different veteran driver, yourself, Matt, if somebody else wants to jump in, because you guys, and I encourage somebody else to jump in that car because they really get to see what the upcoming future of WRL is going to look like as this moves on to when we get through this part, and then we get an actual full season started. Then you'll see such a difference. It'll be incredible. I've done this before.
Yeah, Mike. This is kind of your baby. This was your thing back in pro, and when I went over and I ran, I don't know how many development races I ran. I know I got called up the truck in Xfinity to sub in cars, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed running with some of the best that pro was going to get, and it was a good time. With Tony and Dash, it was a great time. I enjoyed every second of it. I'm glad. I think this is the right move for the league, and a lot of the admins, they were all on board with it once we really explained to them what's gonna happen, and you know, um, and again, I encourage the drivers to try to understand that this is not a personal attack on any of you. This is not um, it's not a demotion. It's a chance for you to get a smaller field and get the chance to prove what you can do on a smaller field without the competitive edge that the truck in the Busch Series has to offer already. And, want you guys to compete to the best of your ability week in and week out, and with no teams. No, there's no constructor battle. There's no nothing. It is you and you yourself. It is all on you to do the best that you can do, and that's all we ask. Do the best that you can do, and at the end of the season, say, hey, it was the right call to put you here. If you gained anything throughout the season, it was the right call.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line.
Definitely. I mean, this is, as you said, this series is not about it's not about the fact that you couldn't drive a line, nothing like that. This was just about sometimes, as NASCAR drivers do, they need to step back and settle down, with a small, and get regroup themselves and start over again. And it's even better because of when all the new guys that are added to the series and this and that class that finishes that season, if that class all moves to one series, you know what I mean? Because as I said, you can only go, in my eyes, you can only go this. Well, this was up, you guys about, when we talked about this during the meeting was about, you can only drive one series, blah, 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 back in the day when you had it, but, with that there, what it does is that class will already be used to driving with each other. And the guys that are already in Xfinity would be bumped or go wherever, the Gold Cup, or some would say, but either way, those guys have already had 12, 14, 16, 18 races together and have adapted to how each other drives. And that's where that all that driving will come from. That's where you'll see the difference between having people just jump into a series, you know what I mean? Then have or have 5 or 6 drivers that have already been racing with each other, which would, it does change as you move to series. Some make it to one, not the other, but I mean, they already have the etiquette, they already have the skill, to be used to around, drivers, stuff like that. This is a great opportunity to change some issues that we were having by having this series.
Oh yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, and I do want to shift gears a little bit here.
Go ahead. Yeah, we're good. I mean, I'm excited about this. This is gonna be cool.
Oh, I agree too. Scorp, I do want to talk to you for a little bit here, so you're not sitting here and spacing out.
No, we got it. Actually, now it's all about sport because we got We already got our shit out. Excuse me. We already got our stuff out.
That's the first one of the whole show. Everybody took 4 episodes for us to swear. Scorp, I do want to talk a little bit about you. I mean, kind of want to ask, like, I know, obviously in the league you drive for me. And you're another great pickup that I picked up after the was it the third season I picked you up.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. It was the third season I picked you up and then got you to come drive for Fatal. Uh, what is your background in racing? And what you're growing up. Obviously you're wearing a Jeff Gordon jacket, pretty sweet jacket. I love it. But go ahead and tell us and tell the viewers a little bit about yourself so we can highlight you a little bit here.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
First off, I want to highlight the jacket. This is a Chase Authentics, old school. I don't think they even make these anymore. Yeah, it says Chase Authentic on the inside. So shout out to the jacket. I don't really like the limelight so much. So, like I said, I like the creative content side of things. I get to stay quiet. Don't have a lot of eyes on me. Um, like I said, hope the YouTube channel can continue to grow. As far as myself, my dad was a stock car driver. He raced since he was 14, and he's like 55 or something, I think, and he still races. But grew up around dirt track racing my whole life. Was there every weekend since I was born. It's part of my blood, and you get older, you kind of move away from things. Life takes over. But
age.
yeah, through the mix of all of it, you end up finding yourself back right where your roots are, what you love. Messing with racing, messing with stuff that has to do with cars. And I enjoy that.
Mm. Oh man, I know I appreciate everything you do with the YouTube because I know nothing about YouTube or the algorithms or the community guidelines or anything like that. And
Well, we're all learning. I
yeah.
didn't know anything either. The more help, the merrier.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I mean that kind of adds another new twist to WRL because before we just started this fourth shows into this. Um, we all enjoy doing it, and now it adds more pizzazz to what we're doing. Between talking with all of our drivers, talking with Scorp who does all of our IT stuff, you, me, and all the commentators that you had on. Because unfortunately, Cheryl, sorry, buddy, I missed last week, but I was with my son for his birthday, so that's just how that and you guys, it was a great job by everybody with that, and it's just that this show will get better and better and better as we go along, as long as we make sure that we keep it in my eyes, because I had a show before as well, which a lot of people knew. As long as we make sure that we acknowledge what our drivers do, not just our special guests that show up, but I make sure we give the drivers the credit they do, because without them, we have nothing. It's all about what they are. I mean, you can't please everybody, and I know that there was some people heated about the new announcement about development series, but it was it's not about that. It's about survival of the league at that point. I mean, do you lose 20 drivers for 4 drivers, or do you lose 4 drivers and keep 20? You know what I mean? And that's what the situation became, and you pulled the trigger on that. And Scorp, I definitely, the IT stuff when I'm just seeing it, it's definitely pretty cool. And we kind of talked about that because me and Scorp were talking about, trying to add, like different, while we're talking this and that, like say if we're talking about, something that happened during one of the races, that actually something can pop up real quick, but they can still hear our voices. Me and Scorps were actually kind of talking to each other on how to try to accomplish that and make that happen, because that's kind of cool feature to have.
And
I mean, there's so much wicked stuff that we can do here, and with the talent that we have in this league, between all the leaders, the IT, and everything else that goes on. I mean, we got our hands full.
yeah,
Ain't that the truth?
We'll have to do a mock one of these private with just us guys one day, and I'm not sure what all you can see from my end on the PC, Jade.
I can see you in your background. I can see like it looks like an RPM gauge.
So you can't see.
I just can't see the words behind you.
You don't see Discord or nothing pulled up. Cool.
No, you would have to hit share screen at the bottom.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So we can definitely do a mock one of these in the coming weeks and try to figure it out. I do want to, since we do actually have some viewers in here. I want to re-show the intro that you made, Scorp, because no one else was watching, so I am going to re-show it again.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I want everybody to see that the work and time it takes, and what we're trying to do is bring a great show to everybody, so they can enjoy what.
He's gonna try to go on the outside. New leader. Gunback's gonna lead it.
Yep. All right, hold on, Mike. It is playing, so give it a second.
What is it gonna get? Where is Magia? Last year's heartbreak. This year, he's gonna win. He's on the side, but here comes Jade on the outside. Upside down. Upside down. Wow.
So as you guys just saw, that was the intro again for that Squirt made. He did a fantastic job on it. I gotta figure out how I can turn down the clip a little bit, because it is a little loud when you're playing it. So
I can make it lower. I was afraid that through all the transitions you wouldn't be able to hear it. So I apologize to everybody's eardrums I blew out. But congratulations to Godzak. If you're watching, that first part of that clip was made just for you, my friend. And it took a whole year, but that was perfect.
It was a perfect way to open it.
Perfect race. Perfect way to win. I love it.
And by the way, we can't acknowledge the fact that you actually are a winner in the league too, as well. I believe.
Yeah, Godzak finally getting that first win.
That too.
Oh, yes, first, yes.
Yep.
And you're a winner as well.
Scorp is a winner. Yep.
I snuck a few in there.
One of those.
See, you got a trophy behind you back there.
Yes. So this trophy, I actually got two behind me. This one is for when I won the first season of the Cup Series in our league. So, anytime if I ever go meet Jarrett Reese, he's been trying to get one of these for 3 seasons. I'm gonna plop it down. I'm gonna plop it down on the table right in front of him. See what he says about it. And then this other one over here, let me grab it here, was when I won the NASCAR 2019 Truck Series Championship. Anthony Camerata actually bought that for me. So that was a great little piece from him. One of the.
I mean, that's something about. Just to touch on that. I mean, this league. I mean, we have a great sponsor right now, Steve Rogers from Rogers Racing Engines. He takes care of the series, the upper series. You know what I mean? And he gives them incentive, and he's right there with us. Sometimes he's in the booth with us. He participates in the league. He wants. He's done such. I was such a privilege to be part. To be not only friends with him, because he actually worked with me in another league before I came over here, and he's a great individual. We got to give him the hugest shout out, because he's the one that supplies the trophies. He supplies the trophies from first through third, and matter of fact, I got to see, just like I saw that one, I got to see Casey's and Goose when they got theirs. Now they have 2. Well, Casey will have 2, and you know what I mean.
It's always a good thing. And speaking of sponsorship, for the development series, I am throwing up, and I know it's not going to be called development series, but that's what we're calling it for the time being. Little pin in it. I will be sponsoring a diecast for the champion of the series. So Fatal Motorsports will be providing that, just to kind of make sure the guys that come in the league, they understand what we're about. That we give back to our drivers. We make them feel from the moment they walk in that they're welcome and that we're here for them, but we want to be competitive. We want to be fast. And, the guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. We sat down, Matt Parkhurst and Weston Grant and I sat down and created like the groups of drivers. And when we were talking about our Cup field that's going to kick off here in January, the amount of talent that is in that Cup Series. Oh, baby, hold on. Like any driver there's like 23 or 24 or 25 drivers listed, and any one of them can snap a win off at any time. And
For
it's
all of those guys thinking they're going to go to Cup and get a win right off the bat, if you can do it, congratulations, but good luck.
mm-hmm.
Oh no, and the biggest thing is that, as I always said, just like I preach this in development, something it's not always necessarily. I mean, a win is great, a fast lap is great, but if you can't close it out in a season and then do what you got to do for that whole season, those don't mean nothing in the end.
Mm-hmm.
They're. I mean, and especially if you don't earn it either. I mean, if you earn it, the crappy way, rubbing, well, we all know you kind of rub, it's normal in this, especially in heat series. But what I mean, there's that excessive stuff. You know what I mean? Not having that driver etiquette that you need.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It becomes very tough. But if everybody gets work together, then he's right. Anybody, I mean, in the Cup Series, no, you probably won't snap off a win, but if you stay consistent, you show up every race. I mean, that's what wins championships. You have to be there every week,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what.
It's gonna be crazy. The other thing I want to touch on is the actual Talladega races today. Did either one of you watch those today?
I didn't get a chance to. No, I was kind of tied up.
Okay, so I'm gonna mess up his last name. Bedetta, no, I'm gonna mess it up. Matty D.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Matty D. Yeah, that. Yeah. I'm gonna mess it up. He got his first NASCAR win today in the truck. He got his first NASCAR win.
Did he?
What,
Xfinity Series?
In the truck series.
Oh, they had the trucks today. I thought Xfinity was today.
Truck and Xfinity both ran.
Okay, I didn't know. See,
so when you were texting me, Mike, I was sitting there watching the Xfinity race.
Oh, that's why you were trying to That's why you were saying, "No, we can get away."
Yeah, I was watching the end of the Xfinity race. I was pulling for Ryan Sieg. He was up in the top 5. He had a shot to win it coming out of the last turn, but his momentum stalled out, and it got the better of him. And Matt and what's his name? AJ Allmendinger won the Xfinity race.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's his first super speedway victory.
I mean, he's got talent. I mean, don't get me wrong; those guys. I mean,
mm-hmm.
like I said, equipment is a big thing. Talent definitely is a big thing. But I mean, if you sometimes if you repetitively like we do, okay, we race, practice this and that, which I encourage, not just which I kind of push more in development than but all series should do it. It is by working together and stuff like that. It helps everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree.
Everybody, you know what I mean. It helps all the kind of stuff that we deal with. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So and definitely, I mean, I remember that. I mean, that reminds me of a flashback when I finished third at the Xfinity Series. My first top 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was Casey and me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just exciting. As far as the truck series, that's awesome that he did that. That's cool. I mean, that's definitely a big career booster.
Definitely. I was never a big Matty D fan. I always felt like he didn't. Not that he didn't deserve a Cup ride, that he just didn't. I don't know. I was just never a big Matty D fan.
Then see, sometimes this kind of really stinks sometimes because we all deal with this. Not just, I mean, we don't, but more the superstars in any sport. You know what I mean? You get people hyped you up so much, and then you just can't. It's not the fact you can't do it. You just get tied up in everything else with the hype, or it's not your fault, but it's just the pressure that you put on, and then you don't perform like you're really capable of, and look what happens.
Mm-hmm.
The equipment falls through. Look at Chris Buescher. Look how long it took him to get to where he is today.
Mm-hmm. Well, he had Chris Buescher had his third career victory the other week.
Yeah, I remember his first one was at Pocono.
Pocono, yep, in the rain.
Yep.
Pocono in the rain.
I think he beat Keselowski.
I think Kurt Busch was in the top 5. Who else was in the top? Kyle was in the top 5, and someone else. But yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, Grant said that Sieg finished P4, which Yeah, so Sieg's like +7 in the cut line right now. So for
But we've
Will,
seen it before, and that's just not in our, not just. It's kind of like it goes hand in hand. It's not just in our like with our league. It's the same way in NASCAR. We've seen people go to the top and just not. Maybe they've gone too soon. Maybe they're just not ready, etc., etc. The hype's been made up that they're, oh, they're going up there. You know what I mean? And then it just doesn't work because the fact is that they just did not have enough time. And then
I
next,
agree.
they're going back down a series. It's no different with us either. That's the way it happens.
In making a full circle of this, that's going to be the other thing about the development series is that just because you get that say, hey, you're ready to go to the next series, doesn't mean you're going to get a team owner willing to sign you. That's the other thing that you got to pay. So you got to be good from the drop of the green flag in your first race to the checkered flag at the end of your of that season, because when you get when we say, hey, he might not be great in the trucks, but he's really good in the Xfinity car. Okay, he's ready for the Xfinity series. You may not get a team owner willing to sign you, and
Right.
if you're a great driver, you're gonna get teams that reach out to you. You're gonna get the top teams like Herbert Motorsports, Fatal Motorsports, Wolfpack, um, Night Racing. A lot of those big teams that have multiple series or multiple series teams. Because I have a truck team, an Xfinity team, and a Cup team, and we perform. Each team at least gets one victory each season, and there's teams there's teams that don't perform that well, but they're struggling because they don't have the same resources that the upper teams have. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, on that note, I'm telling you right now, the best. I can't wait now because now I can scout. Because I will be the next season when the new season starts for all the series. Herbert Motorsports will be. I may not be driving, in those series necessarily at that point, but Herbert Motorsports will have drivers filling those vehicles. And and we all know what Herbert Motorsports is capable of if it's really done right. And
The
also,
other
too,
thing.
on that note, I'm excited too, Jade, because I get to go back to booth on Xfinity. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome. I'm having a good time with
The
that again.
booth is a great place.
Oh yeah.
Tuesday nights is my night in the booth, and I love it. I'm gonna be like we said, Parky and I are gonna be flipping off. Monday nights, who's racing and who's broadcasting, so him and I don't get burnt out of just being in the booth because there's a lot, when being in the booth, it's like you're racing because you're taking up the same time that other people are racing, and um, sometimes it's just nice to have a night off. Like I take Friday and Sunday nights off from the league to enjoy some other games, enjoy some R&R, to really rest and relax, and work on some other league stuff if I need to. But those are the nights I normally take off for myself.
So while we're sitting here, Jade, so since you got that part of your screen, anybody got questions? Want to ask questions, Scorpius? Curious about things, this and that, blah blah blah. This was more or less about the new update and this and that, and having Scorpio as an IT guy. We're working on trying to get some special guests in here and this and that, but we figured that this was, our guest that was very busy that I was trying to get us, get to come on. I'm still working when I'm trying. Probably when the race season's over, he'll definitely be on. But then that's probably what it is because he's tied up doing doing those things.
I know in the off season, I know there's gonna be one guy I'm going for because I think it'd be really really cool to have him on here. I'm not gonna say about him yet on stream, but I'm gonna really try. So.
No, hey, no. And that's. Please come and join us. Say hello, whatever. We enjoy everybody. Participating in this and following us and watching. As I said, this is still work in progress. Things are still, as I said, but it's getting better and better. And just keep an eye out for that development series because let me tell you, because that is actually going to have broadcasting. It's going to have the full benefits of all the upper leagues, except for without, what I mean. There'll just be a smaller field, and that's just designed for people to, teams to evaluate drivers, et cetera, et cetera. It's not nothing because you can't drive. Just the fact that this is the only way you will get in WRL.
Definitely, as we see Scorp exit scene.
Yeah, it's like, where'd you go, buddy?
He just exited on us. Gonna take a second away. Um, thinking back of this week, I don't even remember who won races this week. It's been so long. So much stuff has happened since then.
Oh God, I mean, actually, I usually try to keep track of that, but I didn't because there was so much going on because through all the league right at this point, trying to get things, trying to put the band, trying to trying to help produce what we want to for the drivers and trying to listen to the drivers and trying to make it better. That we were so consumed by that I didn't really pay much attention either.
Mm-hmm. So, if we are talking Las Vegas for the Busch Series, it was actually Maggio getting his first career win in the WRL. Or
Oh, no
Truck
joke, really?
Series. Truck Series. Not Busch, Truck
Okay.
Series. My bad. Maggio got his first win in the league in the Truck Series. Scorp, you're still muted in case you try to talk, buddy. Oh, there you go. So yeah, Maggio getting his first career win. That's awesome for Maggio. As I always say, I love I love first wins for drivers. They finally get over that hill, and I'm sure that's really going to pay dividends for when Maggio tries to get a cup ride here in January when we have our Daytona 500. We haven't had a Daytona 500 in close to a year at that point, so it's gonna be pretty cool to have a 500 again. I know last season a lot of tempers flared at the end of that race between myself, Jarrett Reese, and Ethan Bergloff.
Well, that may
So
not change coming up either because it's a bigger field.
bigger field and a lot more competitive field. It's gonna be real great. Can't wait for that to happen. And then we're gonna go to the Busch Series here. It was
No, yeah, Drake.
Drake.
Okay.
Yeah, Drake won the
I remember
double
that.
points race for the Busch Series. Um, he went up 6 or 7 spots because of that. Truck Series, we're still waiting on a few results before I finish finalized points. That's going to be tomorrow's thing. But Busch points have been finalized, and with the announcement that we're cutting constructor, a Nat 20 is now is gets his first championship in the WRL. It is official and finalized that Critical Role won the constructors title for the Busch Series. So that's great for Nat. He has not yet won a race, but he is a champion. So that's pretty cool for
I
him.
just say the same thing. Remember?
Yep.
Oh,
Same with
I'm a
yep.
two-time champion back to back.
Yep.
Oh, I had to toot my own horn.
No, you're okay. You're good. So a Nat, he gets his first win, or his first championship. That's good for him. He's a Alliance of Fatal, but great job for him. Proud of him. Um, from what I was told, I think all 3 Fatal teams finished 1, 2, 3. So with Fatal split in
Oh,
2. So KAI, who was leading most of the season, he got past at the double points race. So
and this, folks, just so everybody gets an update, why we're doing this is because, as I said, we have grown to the capacity of the fact of that we've grown big. So we had to figure out a way to help everybody, and that's why development was built. That's why to help ease some of the pressure there and things like that. So the seasons are kind of being kind of jumbled around right now, like with the constructor points being finalized, champions being finalized, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want everybody to be aware that once everything's all said and done, and we get everything back to square with all 4 series, well, 3 series, couple will be on and off, I think, right? Correct. That's an off of one of the series race season.
either Trucks or Busch is going to be off coming January. I'm not sure yet
Okay.
which one's which. We might go to all 4 just to keep numbers down in them to give everybody a shot.
Something that worked out well when you had all 4.
Mm-hmm. So
Because you could when you did the because we kind of decided that you have to, in each series that you go to, you have to complete a full series before you can move up. I think that was kind of something that we discussed, whether or not it
mm-hmm.
finalized them before. But by doing that, it creates, and have all of them together. It's almost like it's just like that. It's just like a ladder, one rung at a time, one race at a
Mm-hmm.
time, one section at a time, and it does drop your numbers down to a manageable amount: 15, 16, 17. You know what I mean? Right around there, 18. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm-hmm.
manageable. the lag kind of goes away a little bit, because obviously it's when you get 20 something. We've experienced it when we had almost 30. Was it 30? And imagine how long to actually set up a full qualifying lobby with 30 drivers. That's a lot of time in the lobby, and we know what happens there.
Yeah.
So everything that's been decided, definitely all the improvements, all the work that was done last night was definitely definitely an upgrade. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a second to kind of go through points for the series. We're gonna start with the truck series points that are not done quite yet. So we're gonna skip trucks, and then we're gonna go to Busch. So right now that is team points. So like I said, a Nat 20 is Nat 20 won the constructors title. And then we're going to do Busch. If my fingers will work here, they're not working very well. All right, so Godzak is still in lead of the Busch series at 412. Keith Allen Ayers is in second at 395. Drake is up to third at 381. Maggio 365. Plays Official 361. C's 348. Jay Fergie 345. Matt Parker's 338. Goose 327. Scorp 309. Turf 306. Gamer 293. Christian Schoberg 288. ANAT 277. First driver outside the top 14. Warpig 248. William Moore 247. Kevin 55 238. Anybody 226. Casey Joe 222. Clayton 201. Weston Grant 176. Mike Sr. 172. Chase 157. David Roach 154. Pugzilla 96. Demon 88. Ranger 85. And that is all the active drivers as of right now.
Hey, if you're not last, you're first. Well, I'm almost last. No.
Then we're gonna go to Wreckfest. I'm actually the points leader, 167. What?
Of course, you drive a bus. You wreck everything.
Oh yeah. Weston Grant 110. Warpig 106. Ranger 88. Shades 85. Oh, I forgot Nitro. Nitro's at 94. It's not ordered right now because we had to do some updates to them. Kevin 55 75. Matt Parker 71. Hazard at 65. And CMS at 50. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at in that. With that, so it's gonna be quite cool, quite awesome. With that, so we're doing a great job, guys. With Wreckfest.
Yeah, so everybody's just going to be patient with us while we reconstruct some of this stuff here. Because it is for the benefit of everybody, not only just for benefit of people that watch the racing and pay attention to the broadcast, but for the racers itself. And there's some great things that are going to happen in the future, and just a matter of time. And just everybody, I'm proud of all the drivers that I've been with, and we definitely considered every aspect in that meeting last night, and the decision was definitely the best one to make, and the future is bright for us, and I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna say, Scorp, you look kind of weird, buddy.
Oh, I look like a ghost, huh?
That's kind of yeah. All I see is like your head floating around. There you go. Oh wow.
There's a whole body attached.
No, there you go.
I don't know why it's doing that.
I just saw this head floating around. I'm like, wow.
My chair's too far back. And see, I have my phone connected to my computer, and the computer's connected to a television. So if y'all see me look, that's why when I get up close, I'm trying to look down at the phone.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
If I look up, I'm trying to go back so y'all don't see me.
See, I'm just a simple
looking at
man.
the sky.
I'm just a simple guy. Mine's right off my phone, and that's it.
I don't know why it's ghosting me out. It looks weird.
Is it your background? It could be your background.
That's got to be the background.
Because I know you're in the rocking chair.
Yeah. Oh, this thing. I tried scooting forward.
No. I'm just saying no because I can see you bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, I can see it.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, as I said, tonight just I was trying to get a great friend of mine, someone I know on the show, and he just couldn't do it. I mean, we're trying to get a little more interactive with people here and there, come special people, guests, people that we know, not just our racers, but anybody soon. I definitely want to get Steve on the show. That ought to be interesting, Jade.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, definitely. One time we can get him on the show. I'm sorry, I'm getting text messages by other
Oh,
people
okay.
right now.
Uh, yeah,
So, but
good or
yeah,
bad?
it's not bad. It's people pleading their cases, which it's just whatever. There's some things that can be adjusted with who's going down, who's going up. It's up
Oh no,
for
that list isn't finalized yet. I
no.
mean, that list. I'm gonna say, we were trying to pull it off for this Monday, to start the series. I would actually wait one more week just so that we can get everything all correctly. Just so that we're not, because it is such a short period of time to try to get everything
Hmm.
worked out. I would push it one more week. I mean, I know it's Talladega too. That's what kind of I don't want.
Hmm.
But
I
we
mean,
may.
I mean, I'm all for starting it. We just need to get everything figured out tomorrow before we
Okay.
go into it.
For me to take care of, I just need the names, and then I can figure out
Hmm.
how I want to. I mean, because of
Hmm.
really development series, you really don't have a choice in your number. You know what I mean? Just because of the
Hmm.
fact of being is that it's not about the number; it's about you
Hmm.
and you only. So, I mean, I'll do my best to try to give that the correct number, but I mean, admins will pick. You'll just gotta tell me which truck, cup, and Xfinity you have, and that is whoever comes in from either you, Matt, or anybody else that comes in.
Hmm.
Uh, will drive that number, so I can keep track to know. Okay, that's what I mean. So,
Yep,
but I mean, it's gonna
absolutely.
be great. I mean, no, sorry, but I know you're kind of busy. Don't mind us, folks. Sometimes we got to multitask
Hmm.
and it's busy. But other than that, I mean, what time is it, buddy?
It's only 7:53. We still got a few more minutes. We can
Oh yeah, I mean, what
roll
else is
around
going
here for a
on,
little
man?
bit and
Talk
then
to
we'll
us.
get her off here.
I mean, Scorp, you're so quiet, man. I'm telling you,
I know, man.
you're
I'm not
killing me.
used to being on television.
Mhm.
Nah, pipe in and tell us. I mean, what else do you do, buddy? Besides, do what you do for the content, this and that. What do you do for a job? What do you work? What do you do?
Ah,
This and that?
not nothing at the moment. Things in life they take, like I said, they take unfortunate twists and turns. But you have in the meantime, you try to fill your time up with productive things, and maybe learn some new stuff on the way that you didn't expect.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, we all know that. I mean, trust me, I'm a prime candidate. I mean, when I went through what you guys did, when I went through my time, I mean, I get it. This right now, kind of the time's kind of horrible.
But it's fun though. It's really fun working on some of this stuff. You learn a lot of new things. You meet a lot of great people. I'm just happy to be here, man.
oh no, no, we're great to have you. Trust me. I mean, I don't know if you were. I believe that you were briefly over there with Pro with me.
I believe yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. See,
At the
as I
very
said,
beginning.
most it's funny because of I probably go through the roster of this whole league, and probably 25 of everybody that's in here has raced with me under that other league before.
Yeah, I went like a whole year almost.
Yeah.
Just kind of like that.
Yeah. And now with here, it's actually this was better opportunity because now this series. I've been with Jay before. I work with Jay. Obviously, we work closely. This and that, and Jay knows exactly how what I will do with development.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, God, things are good. I mean, oh yeah, I want to give a shout out. So I mean, prayers out to all the people in Florida. That
Mhm.
hurricane killed them. Um, I mean, it definitely look after my niece and nephews because they live in Naples and they got hit pretty hard. So I
Um.
mean, all of that was kind of that's a horrible hurricane. I don't know what it's doing now, but
There's one of our drivers that actually lives down there. Jimmy Best, BPC. He lives down in the Florida area. I don't remember where exactly he lives at, but yeah, he said he won't have power till next week. So it's tough on them. It's really really tough. Prayers from the whole league and me myself go out to them.
yeah,
Um,
please, if it's something, I mean, if it's something need contact Jade. Anyone, contact Jade, Matt, anyone, just anyone that of the admins. If if anything that we can do, please let us know, buddy. Don't hesitate because we are a family, and that was I preach it, Jade preaches it, you know, everybody else they preach it because this is what this is all about, and we stand strong, united, and that's what this is all about. It's really the racing's great and an asset, but in general, it's about our family. It's about us, people that we don't talk to or don't. I mean, nobody knew what each other looked like until they come on the show or this and that. And we were talking about this earlier. I mean, no, we don't have a clue. We just know our voices.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And now it's kind of cool that now we actually say, "Oh, cool!" Now we actually get to say hi to somebody that we talked to for 4 years, and now we get to see their face.
Exactly, right? Right.
I mean, sometimes, well, in Jay's case, I mean, that was kind of no. I'm kidding, buddy.
I see how it is.
No.
It's fine. It's
So I
fine.
gotta give you
It's all
I gotta
good.
give you
I see
I
how
gotta
you
give
are.
No, I gotta give you a hard time.
I know, buddy. I know. But with that being said, I'm gonna start getting ready to cut the stream here.
Let's do it. You got a
Scorp.
race tonight, don't you?
Yeah, about a half hour. Wreckfest kicks off. Week number 3. Big point shakeup last week with the Parkhurst brothers not making it, and also Christian Schoberg not making it. So last year's defending champion, two of the best to do it in Wreckfest. So big point shakeup.
Checkers or records, yeah, baby.
Checkers or records, that's all it is. So with that being said, we are going to cut off here. I want to thank everybody for coming out, watching the stream. Scorp, thanks for hopping on here, brother. It's good to it's good to put a face to a voice finally.
Same.
Yeah, man. Probably not what we thought I looked like. So it's all good in the hood.
No, you sound like you're like 12 years old.
I know. My voice.
A true baby face.
So with that being said, though, we are gonna end it. As Hazard always says, stay worldwide, everybody. Everyone be safe in the hurricane. Get ready to come out here, watch Wreckfest in about 30 some minutes. I know I got tons of text messages to go deal with because the work never ends. The work never ends. It's great to have you guys, and thanks for being on.
Appreciate it, buddy. Guys, have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a good night.
Jade, Mike, thank you for letting me get on here tonight. To all the viewers or anyone else that's out there, check out our YouTube. We just recently some of our videos were hard to find. We reorganized them. Hopefully, it'll help out if you're looking for certain content. Like, subscribe. Have a nice night. Stay worldwide.